In the 2000s, the Fast and the Furious made everyone love loud, flashy cars. But some of the fastest cars didn't need big spoilers or neon lights. They looked simple but had crazy power. These sleeper cars could surprise anyone by beating sports cars in a race. Let's check out the fastest hidden speed machines of the 2000s. Number 1. 2003 Volvo S60R. When you press the Advanced Sport button, the Volvo S60R turns into a rocket on wheels. This beast isn't just fast, it's lightning quick. With 300 horsepower under the hood, it goes from 0 to 100 km/h in just 5.7 seconds. That's faster than most sports cars. The top speed? A crazy 250 km/h. This Volvo isn't just another safe car, it's built for pure speed and performance. Not only this, the speed machine comes with an all-wheel drive AWD system that grips the road like a race car. Whether you're on a smooth highway or a tight racetrack, this system keeps the car glued to the road. The AWD works with the 4C suspension, a high-tech system that adjusts the shocks instantly, making sure every turn is sharp and controlled. Under the hood, there's a 2.5-liter 5-cylinder turbocharged engine that delivers 295 foot-lbs of torque at just 1,950 RPM. That means the power kicks in almost instantly. The big KKK turbo gives a massive 14.7 psi boost, making the car explode with speed the moment you hit the gas. This engine is packed with race-ready features like 2 intercoolers, stronger pistons, and variable valve timing for insane power. Shifting gears is quick and smooth, and the new 6-speed manual transmission is easy to use. It has short gear shifts, so you can change gears lightning fast. Don't like manual? No problem. The 5-speed Geartronic automatic transmission lets you shift manually, or let the car do it for you. In sport mode, it shifts gears at high speeds, and downshifts even faster for maximum acceleration. Beyond this, a car this fast needs serious brakes, and the S60R delivers. With huge 330mm Brembo brakes and 4-piston calipers, this beast can stop from 100 km/h in just 36 meters. That's race-level stopping power, keeping you in control even at crazy speeds. The S60R looks as fast as it drives. The redesigned front bumper brings in more air for cooling, while the sleek rear spoiler keeps the car stable at high speeds. Even the 18-inch alloy wheels are made to handle extreme performance. Inside, the sports seats hold you tight during high-speed cornering. They come in dark blue, gold beige, and aniline leather with Scandinavian-style stitching. The dashboard is loaded with blue gauges and polished metal, making it feel like you're inside a high-tech speed machine. This Volvo isn't just about safe driving. It's about dominating the road with speed, power, and performance. Number 2. 2006 Mazdaspeed. Speed is everything when it comes to fast cars, and the 2006 Mazdaspeed 6 brings the heat. With 274 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque, this beast is built to fly. It's got all-wheel drive, a turbocharged engine, and a slick 6-speed manual transmission, making it one of the quickest sedans Mazda has ever made. We're talking a 0 to 60 time of around 6.2 seconds, maybe even faster. While it's not as insane as the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo or Subaru WRX S-Type, it's still packing serious power. However, Mazda had a different plan for this car. They didn't want a wild, rally-inspired speed machine. Instead, they aimed for something smooth, powerful, and stylish, more like an Acura TL or a Subaru Legacy GT. That doesn't mean it's slow, though. It still has plenty of muscle to leave regular sedans in the dust, but with a bit more class. Speaking of powerhouse, The Mazdaspeed 6 gets its power from a turbocharged 2.3L four-cylinder engine. This isn't just any engine, it's got direct fuel injection, a steel crankshaft, and a high-density aluminum block. The turbo pushes a massive 15.6 psi of boost, meaning more air and fuel get crammed into the engine, making it crazy powerful. Compared to the regular Mazda 6, this version gets 114 more horsepower than the base four-cylinder and 54 more than the optional V6. More power means more speed, and that's exactly what this car delivers. Mazda also made sure the car could handle all that speed. They stiffened up the chassis, added a cross brace behind the rear seats, and reinforced the front and rear suspension. This makes the car stronger, giving it a 50% boost in rigidity. What does that mean? It stays planted at high speeds, corners better, and handles like a dream. Also, the all-wheel drive system is another game changer. It automatically shifts power between the front and rear wheels, depending on grip and driving conditions. It's got 3 driving modes: normal, sport, and snow, but the car chooses them for you. No buttons, no switches, just smooth automatic adjustments to keep things fast and controlled. The design is just as sharp as the performance. The hood sits 1.8 inches higher to fit the intercooler. The grille is bigger to suck in more air, and the rear spoiler is subtle but effective. Inside, you get sportier leather seats, a high-quality steering wheel, and a darker, more aggressive trim. On the track, the Mazdaspeed 6 delivers. It grips the road, the turbo kicks in hard, and the brakes are rock solid. It's not as sharp as an Evo or STI, but it's smooth, controlled, and still blazing fast. Number 3. 2003. Mercedes-Benz E55 AMG. Speed lovers, get ready, because the 2003 Mercedes-Benz E55 AMG is an absolute race rocket. This car doesn't just go fast, it devours the road with insane power. With 469 horsepower and a mind-blowing 516 pound-feet of torque, it launches from 0 to 60 mph in just 4.5 seconds. That's nearly as fast as a Ferrari 575M Maranello, but at a fraction of the price. Even crazier, it keeps pulling past 150 mph like it's got no limits. But here's what makes it truly wild. It doesn't feel fast. Most cars shake, roar, and fight against the wind at high speeds. Not this one. The E55 glides so smoothly that 155 mph feels like cruising at 90 mph in a regular car. No loud wind noise, no twitchy steering, no stress. Just pure, effortless speed. It's like flying on the highway without even realizing it. The power comes from a massive 5.4L V8 engine, boosted by a supercharger that pumps in 13.1 psi of air pressure. That means more fuel, more power, and more speed. The previous E55 had only 349 horsepower, but Mercedes knew that wasn't enough to take on the BMW M5 or the Audi RS6, so they cranked up the power, slapped on a better intake and exhaust, and created this beast. Even the transmission is built for speed. It's a 5-speed automatic, but it shifts faster and harder than a regular one. It has 3 modes: comfort, sport, and manual. Sport mode is so good at shifting that most drivers won't even need the manual setting. Just hit the gas, and it figures everything out instantly. Stopping all this speed is no joke, so Mercedes gave the E55 massive brakes, 14.2-inch front rotors, and 8-piston calipers that look like they belong on a race car. But here's the weird part. The brake pedal isn't actually connected to the brakes. Instead, the car decides how much braking power you need. It's high-tech, but it makes stopping feel a little strange. Well, the E55 isn't just about speed. It's also about style. It sits lower than a regular E-Class, has big 18-inch wheels, and sports 4 chrome exhaust tips that let everyone know this isn't an ordinary luxury car. Inside, it's classy and comfortable, with white gauges and premium materials that make you feel like a king at 150 mph. For around $74,000, this car is a steal. It's a super fast, super powerful sedan that can outrun almost anything on the road, all while looking smooth and feeling effortless. Number 4. 2009 Pontiac G8 GXP. When speed is a priority, the 2009 Pontiac G8 GXP was built for those. With a massive 6.2L V8 engine borrowed from the Corvette, this 4-door muscle car cranks out 415 horsepower and rockets from 0 to 60 mph in just 4.7 seconds. That's faster than most sports cars. It's got the heart of a race car, but still keeps things practical with a full-size sedan body. But here's where it gets even crazier. This car was built right when Pontiac was going out of business. The economy was crashing, gas prices were sky-high, and GM was barely hanging on. Yet Pontiac dropped this monster on the streets, making it the most powerful car they ever built. Talk about bad timing. But if you're gonna go out, you might as well go out fast. Under the hood, the GXP is all muscle. The LS3 engine is paired with either a 6-speed automatic or a rare 6-speed manual, the only stick shift available in any G8. GM could have added cylinder deactivation to save gas, but they said, no, let's keep all the power. That means no fuel-saving tricks, just pure, unfiltered speed. Of course, that also means terrible gas mileage. 13 mpg in the city and 20 on the highway. But who cares? If you're driving a car like this, you're not worried about gas. The GXP isn't just about power, it's got the handling to match. The suspension is tuned for American roads, so it soaks up bumps while keeping the car tight in corners. It also gets 4-piston Brembo brakes, meaning it stops as well as it goes. The steering isn't as sharp as a BMW's, but it still feels confident and solid, making every turn feel smooth. And then there's the look. It's not flashy, but it's aggressive. The front end has Pontiac's classic split grille, there's a subtle spoiler on the trunk, and it rolls on polished 19-inch wheels wrapped in grippy Bridgestone tires. Inside, it's all about performance, with sporty seats, GXP logos, and a thick steering wheel that feels perfect in your hands. Even though it was built for speed, the GXP is still comfortable. The seats are supportive, the ride is smooth, and the cabin is quiet enough for long drives. It's a 4-door Corvette, a muscle car with room for your friends. Pontiac planned to sell 5,000 to 7,000 GXPs per year, but sales were rough from the start. High gas prices and a struggling economy meant not many people were buying fast sedans. But for those who did, they got something special, one of the fastest, most exciting Pontiacs ever made. Number 5. 2007 Acura TL Type-S. Speed is what makes a car exciting, and the 2007 Acura TL Type-S brings plenty of it. This sports sedan is powered by a strong 3.5-liter V6 engine, producing 286 horsepower and 256 lb-ft of torque. With a 6-speed manual transmission, it launches from 0 to 60 mph in just 5.5 seconds. That's a great speed for a sedan, making it a perfect mix of power and practicality. But this car isn't just about quick acceleration. It also delivers a thrilling driving experience. The TL Type-S is based on the third-generation Acura TL, a high-end sedan that competes with luxury brands like BMW and Mercedes-Benz. But while those brands come with hefty price tags, the TL Type-S gives you a similar high-performance feel at a much lower cost. It's a sports car hiding inside a stylish, comfortable, four-door body. When buying a fast car, you also have to think about how well it holds up over time. According to experts, the TL Type-S is a pretty reliable car. RepairPal says the average yearly maintenance cost is around $409, and over 10 years, that adds up to $4,190. Compared to other luxury cars, that's not bad at all. Most owners report that the TL Type-S doesn't have many major problems, making it a smart choice for speed lovers who also want a dependable ride. Every car has its issues, and the TL Type-S is no exception. The most common problem reported is rough shifting with the automatic transmission. Some owners have also experienced small annoyances like squeaky windows, engine idle issues, or minor brake problems. However, major breakdowns are rare, and most of these issues are easy to fix. In terms of reliability, the TL Type-S scores well. It gets a 4.0 out of 5.0 rating, putting it in 6th place out of 31 mid-size luxury sedans. That's impressive. On average, owners take their cars in for repairs only 0.4 times per year, which is better than most cars in this class. Plus, the chance of a major issue happening is just 9% lower than the 12% average for similar cars. For those who love speed, the TL Type-S delivers. The Type-S model is slightly faster than the standard TL, hitting 60 mph in about 5.7 seconds. That means this Acura isn't just a great-looking luxury sedan. It's a quick, powerful machine that can keep up with some serious sports cars on the road. Number 6. 2004 Volkswagen Passat W8. The Volkswagen Passat W8 isn't just any car. It's a powerhouse built for serious speed. With a powerful 4.0L W8 engine pushing out 270 horsepower, it can hit 60 mph in just 6.7 seconds. That's a full second quicker than its automatic version. And guess what? It's one of the only four-door cars in America with a manual transmission and a V8-style engine. That means you get to control the power yourself, shifting gears and feeling every bit of that speed. But here's what makes it even more exciting. This Passat isn't just about going fast in a straight line. It's built to handle corners like a pro. The 6-speed manual transmission lets you drop gears fast, giving you instant power when you need it. Step on the gas after a sharp turn, and you'll feel a strong shove forward, the engine roaring as you rocket to the next bend. This car is all about control, letting drivers push it to the limit without waiting for a slow automatic to catch up. Even though the Passat W8 is a speed machine, it's not just about power. It's also got a serious grip. With all-wheel drive and special 17-inch wheels wrapped in high-performance tires, this car sticks to the road. You can throw it into corners with confidence, feeling the tires dig into the pavement. Plus, Volkswagen made sure the suspension was tough enough to keep the ride smooth, even when the road got bumpy. And let's talk about the looks. The Passat W8 doesn't scream for attention like some flashy sports cars, but it has a sleek, stylish design that means business. Inside, you get a luxury feel with a leather interior, a sunroof, and a comfortable but sporty driving position. And with the manual shifter right at your fingertips, you always have complete control over the speed. But even fast cars have their quirks. The clutch pedal on this Passat is a bit tricky, sitting high and needing a long press to engage. That can make quick getaways a little tougher, especially when trying to zip into traffic. Also, some early models had minor issues like a whining noise and a rattling suspension. But when you're driving this fast, who cares about a little noise? At $40,730, the Passat W8 isn't cheap, costing more than a BMW 330xi or an Audi A4 3.0 Quattro. But what you get is something special, a powerful, rare, and thrilling ride. If you don't care about a fancy badge on the hood, this is a car built for speed lovers. Number 7. 2002 Saab 9-3 Viggen. The Saab 9-3 Viggen is built for pure speed, blasting down the road with a top speed of 155 mph and hitting 0 to 62 mph in just 6.8 seconds. That kind of power makes it one of the fastest front-wheel drive cars of its time. Built between 1999 and 2002, this car was Saab's way of showing the world that it could make high-performance machines just like BMW's M or Mercedes AMG. But Saab didn't just copy the big brands, it did something unique. The name Viggen comes from the Saab 37 Viggen fighter jet, and just like a jet, this car was built for speed. The heart of this machine is a 2.3-liter turbocharged engine, pushing out 230 horsepower and 252 lb-ft of torque. That's a lot of power for a front-wheel drive car. And it came with a 5-speed manual transmission to give drivers full control of all that boost. What made the Viggen even faster were the high-performance parts that set it apart from the standard 9-3. It had a bigger intercooler to keep the engine cool, a special ECU for extra power, and a high-flow exhaust system for better performance. A stronger clutch and pressure plate made sure the power got to the wheels, while reinforced CV joints and drive shafts helped handle all that turbocharged force. The suspension was also stiffened and lowered, making it more stable at high speeds. Despite this, the car didn't just feel fast, it looked the part too. The Viggen came with special front and rear bumpers, side skirts, and a rear spoiler to improve aerodynamics. It also had 17-inch wheels, upgraded brakes, and sporty leather seats to make it feel like a true performance car. Bright yellow Viggen logos on the sides let everyone know this wasn't just any Saab, it was something special. Back in the day, Saab claimed a 0 to 60 mph time of about 6.5 seconds. That's as quick as some modern hot hatchbacks like the Ford Focus ST. But unlike the Ford, the Viggen came with a special training video hosted by a real jet fighter pilot. Number 8. 2006 Chrysler 300C SRT8. The 2000s Chrysler 300C SRT8 is all about speed. This beast flies down the road with a top speed of 173 mph and rockets from 0 to 60 mph in just 4.7 seconds. With a powerful 6.1-liter Hemi V8 under the hood, it pushes out a massive 425 horsepower and 420 lb-ft of torque. This car isn't just fast, it's a muscle sedan built to dominate. What makes the SRT8 special is how it delivers this power. Unlike other high-performance cars, it skips fancy tricks like variable valve timing. Instead, it gets raw strength from a bigger engine, a hotter camshaft, and a forged crankshaft that lets it rev up to 6,400 RPM. This means the car is always ready to launch forward, and its 5-speed automatic transmission makes shifting smooth and fast. Impressively, the aggressive styling matches the speed. Huge 20-inch wheels, a lower stance, and a bold front grille make sure the SRT8 looks as powerful as it feels. The wide Goodyear Eagle F1 supercar tires grip the road, letting the car stick to corners with incredible control. On a skid pad, it pulls an impressive 0.89 G, proving that it's not just about straight-line speed. It can handle turns, too. On top of that, braking is just as strong as the acceleration. The massive brakes, 14.2 inches in the front and 13.8 inches in the rear, bring the car to a stop from 70 mph in just 162 feet. That's performance on par with sports cars, making sure the SRT8 is as safe as it is thrilling. Inside, the SRT8 combines comfort with racing-style seats wrapped in suede and leather. There's plenty of space for 5 people, but make no mistake, this is a driver's car. Every time you hit the gas, it rewards you with a deep, thunderous exhaust note that reminds you why muscle cars are legendary. The Chrysler 300C SRT8 proves that American muscle sedans aren't just back, they're faster and better than ever. Number 9. 2004 BMW 545i. The 2004 BMW 545i is built for pure speed. With a powerful 4.4-liter V8 engine pushing out 325 horsepower, this machine flies from 0 to 60 mph in just 5.5 seconds. And it doesn't stop there. 100 mph comes even faster than before. And by the time it hits 130 miles, it leaves its older version far behind. This isn't just a fast sedan. It's a sports car in disguise. Now, let's talk power. The engine is what makes this BMW so thrilling. It revs up fast and smooth, with no hesitation. It's so eager that you'll hit the red line at 6,500 RPM without even realizing it. Every press of the gas pedal unleashes a steady, unstoppable surge of power. Whether you're cruising or flooring it, the acceleration feels effortless. Even thought, shifting gears is just as exciting. The 6-speed manual transmission is quick and precise. Every shift feels like snapping into place with perfect timing. The clutch is light and easy to control, making downshifts and acceleration feel seamless. Even if you're not an expert driver, this car makes every shift feel smooth and satisfying. Beyond this, the handling is sharp to another level. The 545i stays flat and balanced around every turn. No matter how fast you go, the suspension keeps the car stable and in control. There's no body roll, no shaking, just pure precision. Even rough roads don't bother it. The ride is firm but never uncomfortable, keeping you connected to the road at all times. Not to mention, braking is also important, and this BMW delivers. The brakes stop the car from 70 mph in just 156 feet, putting it on the same level as high-performance sports cars. The pedal gives you perfect control, letting you stop exactly when you need to without any drama. Inside, the 545i is packed with advanced technology, but not all of it is great. The steering system can feel a little too sensitive at low speeds and too stiff at high speeds. Some controls, like the turn signals and wipers, don't always respond the way you expect. But once you're behind the wheel and pushing the limits, none of that matters. This car is built for speed, and it delivers every time. Number 10. 2008 Lexus IS F. Finally, the Lexus IS F is true definition of speed. With a massive 5.0-liter V8 engine pumping out 416 horsepower, this beast rockets from 0 to 60 mph in just 4.4 seconds. And once it hits the quarter mile, it's flying at 112 mph in only 12.9 seconds. This car isn't just fast, it's a straight-up road missile. The power under the hood is no joke. The engine sounds like a wild beast waking up, and once it roars past 4,000 RPM, the exhaust note turns into a deep, aggressive growl. The 8-speed automatic transmission shifts like lightning, keeping the power flowing non-stop. Every press of the gas pedal feels like launching a rocket. This car doesn't just go fast, it looks fast. The ISF stands out with massive fender flares, huge 19-inch wheels, and a hood that bulges with pure muscle. The pearly white paint job made it look sleek, but the sound made sure no one ignored it. On the road, heads turned and people lined up to get inside. The ride is intense. The ISF sits low with stiff suspension and almost no space between the tires and fenders. It grips the road like a race car, but bounces hard over rough pavement. Some drivers loved the stiff ride. Others felt like they were on a roller coaster. Even with all this power, the ISF handled daily driving well. At 85 mph, the engine stayed quiet under 2,300 RPM, making long drives smooth. It even averaged 21 mpg over 40 Viggen miles, better than some rivals. But in winter, a nightmare. Even with snow tires, this speed demon struggled on icy roads, slipping and sliding like a rear-wheel drive monster from the old days. But when the roads were dry, nothing could catch it. Which of these super-fast sleeper cars would you love to take for a spin? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more awesome car content.